Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 52 of Direwolf20's Forgecraft2 series, hanging out pretty much by myself. I think a lot of people are playing on Forgecraft3 right now, as we know. And there's other news related to Forgecraft2, which probably is equivalent to why people might not be playing. But luckily I am joined on TeamSpeak by Pahamar, and I think Mikey is here, but I don't know if he's actually in TeamSpeak or not. So how are you doing, Pahamar?
I am good. I am busy coding at the moment.
Oh, working on EE, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How's it going?
I've sadly had to pull back some of the things I wanted to do just because NP hard is hard.
Yeah, it is.
But making progress. When things are simpler, things are easier to do. Imagine that.
Yeah, a little bit. That could be true. So it turns out that the attempt you were going for with the whole DynaMC thing was a little NP hard, huh?
My approach to it was, I can simplify it and it'll work for the majority of the cases, but the way I had imagined where it's super magical and everything, it really is super magical and everything.
Gotcha. Oh,
Someone will solve NP hard someday, maybe.
Maybe. So what's NP hard for those of the YouTube audience who might not have studied programming too extensively?
Essentially, it is non-polynomial hard. The too long didn't read version is easy for humans to solve, difficult for computers to solve.
Gotcha. So I think a classic example, correct me if I'm wrong, is Traveling Salesman.
This is exactly the traveling salesman problem.
Yep. So let me see if I remember this one. Traveling salesman is like there's this guy who needs to travel and visit like 10 houses or 20 houses or any number of houses, right? And, you know, they're all over the place on the map. What's the most efficient route for him to take from his starting point to kind of get around to all the houses and get back to his starting point? Is that right?
While only making the trip once. Yes,
Right.
that's correct.
Yep. So a human could look at that and be like, oh yeah, you just go this way, this way, this way, this way, and you're good. That's probably like the most efficient way, right? But getting a computer to figure that out is really, really hard. Hence why it's called NP hard. Right?
That's basically it.
See? I know a little bit. I may or may not have done a little bit of programming in my day.
Dire science.
Yeah. I remember studying it in college. I remember specifically the traveling salesman problem. So that's cool. I need to get Asinor to like give me an upgrade to this little pedestal that makes it refill the wand faster. Because while it refills pretty quickly, it's also a little bit slow. It's not slow, I'm lying. It's pretty fast.
That reminds me, I should, I found a node the other day that has something I haven't researched yet.
Oh? It's
And
got a
I was
question
fairly
mark?
certain I had all the aspects.
There's sneaky ones that like sneak up on you.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, it's definitely true. So, do have news regarding Forgecraft2. What's going on? What is it, tomorrow on Forgecraft2? Oh, you know.
Yeah, I think it will be tomorrow.
Okay, what's the plan?
Wanton destruction.
Oh boy. Are you going to come on and make some nuke flowers for us?
No, I should be spending my time coding, but tomorrow is the scheduled reset of Forgecraft 2. On the
Gotcha.
2-month schedule, it is the day.
I think we actually went a little beyond 2 months, didn't we?
Close.
I think we had like an extra week or two. I think it was supposed to originally reset on the 1st.
We started late in August.
Did we? Okay. Because I know like a couple people were like, hey, I think it's due to be reset, and then we didn't. So I'm making a silverwood tree. Remember guys, silverwood and silverwood saplings and all that stuff help to combat taint. So I'm pretty sure that if I get a silverwood tree here, we should start to see some improvement. Hooray! We've got a tree. Now, if I'm right about this, let's get... Do I have an axe to the stream, or do I just have the normal stuff? I forget if I made an axe to the stream over here or not. Jeez, I'm playing on Forgecraft 3 for 2 days, and I forget what tools I have. That's right, I'll just go with Dire Axe. I think I've been just using this. Let's see if this works on... Oh yeah, it does. Cool. That's nice. Now the question is, did we get a node from this? We should have. Somewhere. There should be a node. in silverwood trees. But I'm feeling like maybe there isn't. You're supposed to get a pure node out of silverwood trees.
I had one on. I've actually had two on Forgecraft2 now, and one of them made a node and one of them did not.
Oh, so maybe it's like a random chance?
Yeah, I don't think you're guaranteed.
Well, that's not good. I was hoping for guaranteed. Where's my axe thing? I don't have it. Alright, so let's wait for these things to die down a little bit. I'm going to come over here and plant a little bit of dirt and see if I can get lucky with this guy. So the good news is you can plant and grow. Oh, I think I just saw a node show. I'm thinking I did. Am I out of my mind, or did I just see it like a flicker of a node? Maybe it's a problem if I'm breaking the wood. Did you chop down the wood and the node stayed?
I chopped down the wood and the node disappeared.
Oh, maybe I did that just now. Well, that can't be good. Alright, so the tree may have to stay. You know what? And that makes sense, because those totems in the world that have like the dark nodes in them, same thing happens. If you break the totem, the node gets broken. I think that might be by design. Alright guys, I will be back in a minute. I want to wait for these leaves to fall and hopefully get another silverwood sapling or two. Or more than two, hopefully. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and I did get a little bit lucky with my silverwoods and got 3 of them. That's not bad at all. So, did I get a node this time? We're going to see. Like, I would think I could see the node with my goggles of revealing on. But thus far, nothing. Usually it's not like... I mean, I could always check with Asnor at some point, but I think usually it's not that hard to find the node. Uh-oh, we've got little baby spiders wearing little hats. I should probably eat.
It's probably the most terrifying scenario to come back to.
Yeah, pretty much. Those little taint spiders are nasty. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, it does look like it's time to, wrap up the Forgecraft2 series. We're resetting the server. It's getting a little quiet here. It's a good time. Well, I think we've gotten a lot accomplished this season, though, so I'm pretty glad about that. Taint tendril has infected me with taint. I'm not having any luck with my taint trees.
Taint easy.
It taint. Oh, some essences just appeared out of nowhere on the sky and fell to the ground. That's interesting. No luck again with the node. Alright, I might have to chop these trees down too. Alright, back in a minute. Got a few more trees to chop. Alright guys, we're back, and good news. Looks like we got ourselves an aura node. Now I don't want to scan it because there's a bug that's already been fixed in Thaumcraft, but if you scan anything with I guess anything new with this thing, it might destroy the block. So I actually got 2 pure nodes from this tree. I'm guessing what happens is the silverwood itself has like a random chance of adding a pure node. So that's kind of cool. So let's plant this guy and see if we get any more luck with it. So it does look like not a super high chance, but, not bad either, of getting a pure node to show up. And, yeah, that's kind of cool. Now, apparently what should happen here is eventually this pure node will kind of purify the area. So let me chop down a few more leaves and see if I can get a few more saplings out of this. Don't kill the wood, though, because apparently, yeah, there's a pure node definitely inside that piece of wood. Alright, back in a second again. Alright guys, I am back again, and I wanted to show you just something a little bit interesting here. It looks like this taint is kind of turning blue. So it might not just be the node. I think maybe even the silverwood just the existence of the silverwood trees might be making an improvement here. Little spiders again. One of my favorite morphs, though. I want to keep this area lit up, because we're definitely seeing this blueness effect here. Now, this tree's been here for a few minutes longer than the other one, so I want to keep an eye on this and see if we get the similar effect happening over here. I'll be right back. Keeping an eye on this. Alright guys, we're back. A little bit of time has passed. So this tree where I chopped the leaves down real fast really doesn't seem to have done much. Also, the aura node disappeared. This tree was here for a bit and before I chopped the leaves down, and it looked like it was making improvement, but I don't know how much more improvement has occurred. Now these guys are also getting some improvement. I left the leaves on. So I feel like just having the trees with the leaves, and this guy also has a pure node. You can kind of see it there in the middle with that really nifty particle skyburst effect that he has going on. So cool looking. Is also definitely making an impact on the environment here. I believe it's starting to clean things up. I've kind of placed these torches here to kind of track where the sand meets the taint, but you can see this taint is turning brownish, and this one over here is obviously turning a very nice like blue cyan color. So it's definitely an improvement, and even the tendrils too are starting to turn. So I believe that at this point this is your best bet for dealing with taint. Now you're probably saying to yourself, well, what if I don't have a bunch of silverwood saplings nearby or handy? Don't worry, I believe that's one of the things that he's working on pretty soon. So keep an eye on the Forgecraft2 series, because we should start seeing some of that, some new items dealing with that in the near future. Yeah, look, even on the edges here, we're seeing some browning of the taint. I don't think this was brown before. I'm not positive, but I don't think so. So I don't know if it's this tree over here helping out, or if it's just that's where the edge is, but that's why I placed these torches here. I want to kind of keep track of everything, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on where things go from here. Like I said, this tree over here isn't really doing much of anything. It looks like even the taint is climbing up the silverwood. So I'm wondering if maybe the leaves also have some kind of purifying effect, but the wood itself doesn't do much by, all by alone. So, progress for sure. I'll come back in a little bit and check on it. I believe it's chunk loaded, if I am correct about this, unless somebody took my chunk loader out. Nope, it's still there. Yes, admin chunk loader still exists. Somebody decided TNT might be a good idea, but I feel like it's really not going to help the situation. Cool. Alright guys, back in just a few. Alright, so far I've been dropping these things in the middle of some really bad taint. Like when you get this crusted, hard, nasty tainted soil stuff, or like hardened, crusted stuff, like that's usually when the taint's pretty out of control. But I'd like to also test it down here, where we've just got the fibrous taint. We haven't really gotten to the point where we have like anything too bad yet. So, oh wow, look at you, just like all of a sudden spreading. Nice. That stuff is nasty. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant this dude. Maybe get a pure node, maybe not. Pretty small tree, but that's okay. I'm going to keep an eye on that for a little bit too and kind of see. It should get rid of the tendrils nice and quick. So here's the deal with taint, as far as I understand it. It's really the tendrils that tend to spread it. So if your goal is to like get rid of that taint, like getting rid of those tendrils would probably go a long way towards helping you out. Definitely. But for now, like I said, silverwoods tend to be the way to go. Alright, so I'm going to leave that be. It's chunk loaded, so we can come back to it in a little bit and see how it's making out. Alright guys, we're back, and so far there looks to be definitely some fibrous taint cleanup going on over here. This stuff has kind of started to disappear. This one, not so much yet. Actually, it looks like the taint's kind of climbing up the tree here. That's a little nasty looking. So maybe the smaller trees aren't as effective as the larger ones. Like this one obviously has a very large area that cleans it up. But I think what I'm going to do here, guys, is basically kind of wrap up the video here. I know it's a little bit of a shorter video today, and I apologize for that, but what I will have for you a little bit later today is an episode of Dire News, and I highly recommend you guys check it out because there's some big announcements coming up in that video, so check for that a little bit later today. For now, this may be the wrap-up for Forgecraft2 Season 2 overall. We might be back tomorrow to maybe blow up the server, but if not, this will probably be the last episode of it, unfortunately. I was planning to keep it going for a little bit longer, but like I said, hardly anybody's playing on it, and we're doing the reset, which was a little bit later than usual anyway. So we will come back, though, with a Forgecraft2 series in the future. So don't think like Forgecraft2 is done forever. It will definitely be back in the future. But I'm very excited about my Forgecraft3 series, where we're using kind of a smaller mod list, and it's going to open up a couple different neat, a bit of a different play style. I definitely do things with technology a lot. This time on Forgecraft3, I've been focusing heavily on the magic side of things, and we'll definitely be getting into some technology too. Like, don't think I'm going to ignore that side of the world, because we do have a slightly smaller mod list going on. So look forward to the Dire News episode later today. And for now, hope you guys enjoyed Forgecraft2 Season 2. I definitely had a great time with it. I think we could take a little bit of a look around here real quick, just to take a look at some stuff before we wrap up here. The Digger Age workshop, I think I worked out pretty good. Did you ever even see the workshop, Pahimar?
I did see the workshop.
Okay, because I was pretty pleased with the way this place turned out. Like, in fairness, Soren did a lot of the designing, and a couple other people made it look cool. But the amount of work, workable items that we got crammed into one spot, where we basically had tons of production, tons of, good stuff happening. Playing with translocators was very cool. Translocators is a cool mod, by the way. I don't know if you've played with that much, Pa. But I'm a big fan of translocators.
Not terribly much.
Oh, they're nice. So definitely made some nice progress with the workshop, came up with some really good designs, and my base that I built in the Void Age, I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. It was really everything I was looking for in a base. Like, I liked the MFFS security doors that we built. I liked, the way a lot of the base came out in the end. We had a couple nice areas where we could build stuff, a good farming area. So pretty pleased overall with the way everything turned out this season. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed the season. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with another Forgecraft 3 video, and definitely, like I said, tune into Dire News, because big announcements going on there, and I'll see you guys then. Alright, everybody, Direwolf20 signing off on Forgecraft 2 Season 2. Take it easy.